Blessings outnumber the shamrocks that grow, and may trouble avoid you wherever you go. This is a traditional Irish toast that is usually said in moments of celebration or special occasions. St. Patrick's Day is a day of celebration here in the U.S., but do we know the history of St. Patrick's Day or even why it's called St. Patrick's Day? These are some of the common questions asked by most people who celebrate this Irish tradition, but don't really know what it's about. In my speech, I'll be informing you on the history behind the day and the traditions that have been passed on, and lastly, I will compare the way of celebrating it in the United States versus Ireland. I would consider myself a credible source because my family comes from a rich Irish culture. I'm originally from Boston, Mass., where St. Patrick's Day is not just passed on like any other day. On the morning of March 17th is when the celebration begins. Ever since I was little, I can remember dressing up in all green and getting ready for the St. Patrick's Day parade in Boston. The majority of people in the U.S. do not know or have a clear understanding of the true meaning of St. Patrick's Day. In the U.S., this day is usually celebrated with green attire and green beer. And make sure you wear something green, if not, you're going to get pinched. Who comes up with this? Or is this even true? The first question is, who is St. Patrick? Oddly enough, St. Patrick is not his real name. Originally named Maiwen Succat, he was born in 385 AD in Britain. At the age of 16, he was captured from his family by Irish raiders and taken to Ireland. During this time, he was held captive for 6 days and lived the life of a lonely shepherd. During his time in captivity, he became a devout Christian. He used his faith when he needed comfort from his lonely life. Maiwen had a dream where a voice had spoken to him, which he believed was God. During this dream, God told him that he needed to leave Ireland. He did what his dream told him and walked 200 miles back to Britain. Maiwen spent 15 years studying to become a Christian priest. After becoming a priest, Maiwen changed his name to Patricius, which means father of the citizens. He then later changed his name to St. Patrick. After becoming a priest, his mission was to teach Christianity to the Irish, which later led them to converting to Christianity. During his time of captivity, he became familiar with the Irish rituals and symbols. Instead of eliminating Irish traditions, he incorporated them into his teachings of Christianity. For the majority of the 20th century, St. Patrick's was a religious holiday in Ireland that was not celebrated. Businesses on March 17th were closed. And March 17th, and this was converted to a national holiday, both Ireland and the U.S. The most common dish for St. Patrick's Day has always been corned beef and cabbage, but this was not always true until the turn of the century. Originally, it was Irish bacon and cabbage, but at the time, Irish bacon was considered expensive, so they substituted for corned beef. There's a few symbols for St. Patrick's Day. The most common one is a shamrock, is a 3-leaf clover. It is considered to be lucky. Also, it symbolizes the rebirth of spring. In the early 17th century, this became the national symbol for Ireland. During the time in Ireland, the Irish wore the shamrock as a symbol of Irish pride. Now I'll speak about how the U.S. versus the Irish is celebrated. In Ireland, St. Paddy's Day is a national holiday to honor St. Patrick. St. Patrick was considered the patron of Ireland. They celebrated with parades, loud music, and during that day, all businesses closed except for pubs because St. Patrick's Day is known for drinking. One of the most famous beers is Guinness. Millions of people in Ireland gather around the city of Dublin to celebrate this parade. In the United States, people go crazy wearing green. Originally, it was the color of blue. shamrock. That's where they associate it from. The color green comes from the shamrock. Also in Chicago, the city of Chicago dyes the river green for the whole day. Both the United States and Ireland celebrate this day to commemorate St. Patrick. The United States, I would say, gets a little more crazy with the drinking and stuff. But both countries celebrate it for the same purpose, and that's it.